No child, no child, no child left behind. No child left behind. No child. The lights are loading. It's unfortunate. No child left behind. Oh, it's so fucking bright. What's going on, beautiful people? Oh, under the bright lights, under the bright lights. But y'all know what time it is, right? It's show time. What's good? Y'all good? I'm good. We good. It's Friday. It's a heavy show. It's kind of. I'm upset. I didn't think that the news would take such a turn. I wanted to have fun. I've been looking forward to telling the story about the lasers and the planes. Let's get into it. I gotta stop clapping, but I can't help it. I get that from the step podfather, Joey. Yeah, that light is bugging. This is like a weird green and gold episode. Okay, I see what we're doing here, Susan. I see that. I get it. Yeah. So let's just get right into it, and let's talk about what's going on in music, the world, and all types of stuff. This morning, I listened to Drake's album, same way that I listened to Kanye's album. Doesn't even compare. They're two separate pieces of work, and I'm not gonna compare them. Y'all gotta chill. They were good though, right? Both of them. I think the lights are too low. I kind of like this song. This is a good song. Lights too bright. If you can't hear the music, it's because you're watching and you're not listening. Head over to Apple Podcasts so you can hear the music and listen to the show. This is off Drake's new album. It's Kasabian Lavoe Wine. What's going on, beautiful people? My name's Kasabian Lavoe, and I'll be your host of the Kasabian Lavoe Show this beautiful Friday. It started off beautiful. Let me make that clear. Like, the weather in Vegas was amazing this morning. And my bad. I don't know what happened between like the morning time and noon, and it all just went right to regular hot Vegas. But either way, beautiful day. Welcome to the show. Welcome back. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. We're live from Las Vegas. And like I said, I'll be your host with talent on loan from God. And I really wanted to try to keep it light. It's Friday, but it's a heavy weekend. And I think we just need to be protected because we're coming across a holiday weekend. And we should all be aware of, our environment and what's going on. And with the new variant out, I think we should talk about it. I'm going to save it for the end of the episode, but we will be covering the new variant. I'm trying. I swear, I want it to be fun, you guys. I'm trying. We'll get right into the shits. Rogan and Oscar de La Joya both caught the vid. Terrifying. New York flooded. New Jersey got hit with mad tornadoes. Ira tore up things. Lasers and planes. Dog the Bounty Hunter got his black card expired. He forgot his black card expired. Apparently, when you get a black card, it's like Sam's Club. You got to renew it every year. I didn't know that. So he forgot. What else happened? And then the new variant. And hopefully we can keep it as light as possible. And we can give you guys like some cool knowledge on tornadoes and shit in Jersey. Like, I got nothing for you. I'm so upset. I couldn't believe the news. I really can't get over the fact that, hold on, it's now healthy people. Excuse me. That's what scares me. Especially having trouble losing weight. It's like, oh shit, what are we going to do? Everybody that I have seen get hit and put in the hospital because of COVID are, my bad, that's really bothering me. It's like off. It fell because we were like cracking crazy music and we're listening to Kanye and it went nuts in here. And the speakers behind it that y'all can't see are bigger and they slapped it right off. Anyway, it's watching healthy people catch COVID is terrifying. It really is. It's now, striking closer to home, right? Joe Rogan Of all people, Joe Rogan catches COVID. What are we supposed to do with that little bit of information? Isn't that something? That Rogan, probably the most fucking health conscious vitamin with the drips and the working out, catches COVID. Now, he took it upon himself to take certain medicines that were experimentally used. I really don't even know how to express it because it seems like anybody that talks about any type of medicine or type of remedy that legitimately works, you get shamed and you get talked about. Joe Rogan is not a chump. Just because he may have said the vaccine doesn't work fully, he's not necessarily wrong. I mean, there's still a lot of things behind it. You can still, COVID, you survive it. It's 99.8% or some shit survival rate. They never tell the positives. They always tell the negatives. Like, you think that Joe Rogan was going to catch COVID and just sit around? Like, no, he's going to do everything he can to take care of it. He said it out loud, and obviously the left and people that think they know it all went crazy on him, but God forbid they gave you real information. Listen, yes, COVID can potentially kill you with or without the vax. Get the vax. It helps. There's more positives than negatives. I'm telling everybody, go get vaxxed and also take care of your health in other ways. Start working out, eat healthy. It's necessary. You know, COVID is definitely a Darwinism type of a virus. It's literally just taking people, you know, the weak are just gone and the strong are surviving. And with that, I want to start off by saying rest in peace to a Las Vegas news anchor. Sorry, I blanked out. I literally seen him on the news not that long ago. Longtime Las Vegas news anchor Gary Waddell passed away from COVID complications. And like I said, he was just on TV. So rest in peace to him. I mean, that man's a staple in this town. He's been on the news for ages. I mean, my whole life in Vegas, that man has been on TV. He was 77. And, you know, rest in peace to him and everybody else that's going through it. Now, with that being said, Oscar de La Joya is in the hospital with COVID. Oscar de La Joya is training for a fight. So if you don't know, he's supposed to be fighting Vitor Belfort, who is a jiu-jitsu and a mixed martial artist, but they're going to box. De La Hoya being sick blows me away because he actually looked healthy and it looked like he put down the coke for a little while. But he's in the hospital laid up, but he doesn't look well. He looks very, very deteriorated already. And I'm laughing only because he looked a little dramatic. I'm going to admit that. It looked a little dramatic. But nonetheless, he is in the hospital. And I'm sorry. I didn't mean to laugh. I didn't mean to be insensitive. But he was like, oh, my God. I understand. Everybody's going to react different to it. I just don't think you should be doing that shit to the camera. Keep that shit to yourself. Try to send positive vibes over there or whatever you kids do that help people. Send truckloads of that shit over there to Oscar. And hopefully he can still fight. I don't see how he can go on after this. But we'll see what happens. So Ira caused a lot of destruction. It came up from the Gulf and literally it shot straight up to the northeast. I think it was declassified, and I really didn't even want to talk about Ira. Kind of just want to talk about what happened afterwards. And both the was it two different stories from Reuters? Yeah, both the stories from New York and Jersey came from Reuters, and then I have another story from the North Jersey. It just says northjersey.com, but it was a really good story, and I really want to tell it. So New York got flooded. It was hit with a flash flood warning. 44 people passed away in the northeastern states, including New York. And as the hurricane remnants unleashed tornadoes, rain, and much more. And if you've been watching what's going on in New York, it's chaos. It's the fifth most powerful hurricane to strike the United States, and it covered a deadly path of destruction from the Gulf Coast all the way up to the northeast. And as you saw, New York was completely flooded out, flash flood warnings. It went like that. It was lightning. The subway system looked ridiculous. Those rats were swimming backwards. That shit was crazy. But New York is really being tested. You know, shout out to all my family back home and all my people. Well, there's not that many back in New York, but still shout out to everybody out there. I hope y'all stay safe. You know, please be careful as you can be. There's a video of a guy in Jersey who's walking through his basement that's flooded till about his waist, bro. He walks out and like a second later, the hurricane or tornado blasts through it. And we'll get to that. New Jersey got hit with 11 tornadoes. I know that sounds crazy, right? And I thought maybe this is a bigger deal than what I know. Right, because Jersey is very, very green. There's a lot of rain. It's hilly. I don't see why I wouldn't have tornadoes. Like, that's not necessarily something scary or not possible. There's mad water. So looking into it, getting more information because I really wanted to know what's going on. Is this weather change or is this just natural and we just don't hear about it? And now because of the internet, we get to really discuss more things and we have more information. So I pulled this story from it says northjersey.com, and it's just like Jersey, right? Shout out to everybody in Jersey. That's I just don't have a way how to say everybody in some places. I'm gonna learn. I'm still learning. I'm like a baby at this. I'm only 2 years in. All right, so let's talk about Jersey and its tornadoes. So weird that the footage is not from Tornado Alley, said John M. EMM. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong. In a social media post commenting on McCullough Hill Twister. Exactly. And as a matter of fact, New Jersey's had an unusual number of tornadoes this summer. Almost a record number. There goes Kasabian. Almost a record number 11 as the second highest number. Pay attention to that. Second highest since 1950. And the record was set in 1989, and that was 19. So let's let that go right away. There's not any more or any less. We're about on par. Okay, let's make sure we just gather that because some people will pass that up. And it kind of starts off funny because I believe the person that started the article is more like a standard buyer, and then it finishes off with a meteorologist. But it's not just the number of tornadoes. The severity of them has not been unusual. The severity of them has been unusual. The McCullough Hill event is still being investigated by David Robinson's for New Jersey State climatologist. So this is pretty dope. Like, I didn't even know New Jersey I didn't know all the states had specifics, and now I kind of want to talk to the guy in Nevada. So from what he said, it was an EF3 or EF4, and that's the enhanced Fujita scale adopted in 2007, rating tornadoes from 0 to 5. EF3 being severe damage, EF4 being devastating damage, EF5 being incredible damage, which is like Tornado Alley type of tornadoes, which we get consistently. The one that touched down in Gloucester County was no small fry. It was an EF4, and it'll be the first in New Jersey's history. That's pretty dope, and that'll be on record. So in New Jersey, these pinpoint tornadoes aren't even recognized because when they happen, people usually go and they find the remains. No one even spots the funnels or even points them out. Unless there's any damage, they can't really tell what's going on, but they know that they're having tornadoes, so the activity isn't new. Where was the other parts of the story? It was a long-ass story. It was such a good read, though. So, are tornadoes happening more frequently in New Jersey? That was my concern. Like, is this something new? These floods and these tornadoes, is this something new in New Jersey and the northern east? And is it going to continue? So, are tornadoes happening more frequently in New Jersey these days? If so, are they related, as so many things these days, to climate change? Robinson said not so fast. Heat waves, floods, and other weather-related disasters can possibly be linked to climate change, but tornadoes, as fierce as they may be or as small, localized storms are localized storms, and they are mostly related to particular weather patterns in a particular place on a particular day. Weather varies naturally, he said, and no one would jump out here and say that this is an example of climate change. That was kind of my concern, right? Like, is this climate change? Because now there's like so much shit keeps on happening that makes you think, wait, how serious is this shit gonna be? Because New York is flooded. This is like the fifth time in recent memory that New York has had a flood. Louisiana got hit. Alabama got hit. Like, there's a lot of places flooded right now. A lot of people got hurt. There's a lot of shit going on across literally the south and the east due to one storm. So I had to really dig deep, and the little stories that came about in between it were fun and cute, but nonetheless, if these tornadoes are happening and the weather's changing and not changing and causing differences and not causing differences, that's what really leads me. See, that puts me in a stump because they're saying it's like something like this doesn't matter, but something like floods somewhere else or rising temperatures may be caused of that. And it's, I don't know. To me, it just seems like we have more information due to the internet. Nonetheless, New Jersey got hit hard. Hopefully they are able to clean that up and everyone gets out safely. A lot of people were hurt last night and yesterday. Plus COVID. It doesn't stop, right? So my little fun topic today, I really wanted to talk about. It wasn't even fun. I just found it so interesting. And hear me out. So apparently these kids have laser pens and they are lasering planes and helicopters and they're just fucking them all up. I did not realize that when you put a laser in or point it towards a plane or a helicopter, it fills the entire cabin or the cockpit with light. Who would have knew that an itty bitty little laser fills the entire thing? So at first I thought this was a joke. Mandy even made fun of me for bringing it up. I was like, I swear to God, the feds right now, or it's the FAA, is trying to enforce laws to stop people from with the laser pointers. So here's a story from NBC. The FAA is stepping up to enforce amid an unrelentless problem of people shining laser pointers at planes and helicopters in the sky. This is crazy. Even with lower traffic last year, the agency reported almost 7,000 laser attacks in 2020, the highest number in 5 years. What the fuck are y'all doing? Leave them alone. Like, what is the point of y'all doing this? Stop shining light in people's face. That's not, or in the helicopter's face. That's not cool. It's kind of scary. It really is. Like, I did not realize that, like, the light that starts off, tiny here expands into fucking space and forever and ever and ever and covers up airplanes. Could you imagine your pilot's like, we're going down because some Timmy douchebag just shined a light in my face. Burn. Not funny. But that's happening. Sheriffs, police, helicopters are dealing with kids fucking with them. They're trying to chase them down and find out who's doing what. I mean, there's no penalties and they're really trying to enforce something. And I didn't even realize it was that big of a deal, but I was just trying to get away from all the nasty stuff. So here's another one of our fun topics. Dog the Bounty Hunter. Dog the Bounty Hunter said he's not racist. He said he had a black card from the black tribe. And apparently it expired and nobody told him. Because the black card is like a Sam's card. Duh, you have to pay your fees and membership dues. And he forgot the meeting. So he said he's sorry. But he's not racist. I found that interesting as shit. That he worded it as best as Dog the Bounty Hunter could word some shit like that. And that was fucking great. Yo, I butchered the shit out of that story. And I literally was like, oh yeah, I'm not going to read this. And I have all types of highlighted shit. I should have just cut it all out. The fuck was that? All right, let me see. Let's talk about that new COVID strand. So I'm not really, I don't know how many more of these we're going to get. I really don't know. This came from the Fast Company. I really don't know what the Fast Company is either, but it's where the story comes from and it has some really good information. So what is the MU or the Mu variant? Mu is the most recent significant variant of SARS-CoV-2 virus. The WHO, that's the World Health Organization, named Mu a variant of interest. How is a variant of interest different from a variant of concern? While the SARS-CoV-2 virus mutates all the time, some mutations become significant because the virus's new abilities can impact humans and human bodies in new ways. The WHO classifies these significant mutations as either variants of concern or variants of interest. Alpha, beta, gamma, and delta are the only variants of concern. This shit is crazy that there's even so many classifications. At first, I thought it was a fucking joke. I didn't even realize that that's how deep they went into these variations of these fucking viruses, and then how many of them are out there that are not even, like, I guess, concerning, right? That would be it. Early signs indicate that vaccines could be less effective against the Mu than they are against the Delta variant, which already reduces vaccine effectiveness. The Mu was first detected in Colombia. It is in 39 countries, including the United States. That's fucking crazy. That's all I can really say about that. It's insane. I didn't even want to read all the nasty stuff. The tornadoes in Jersey, that popped off, which is ridiculous. I mean, the flooding in New York. Now the new variant, I don't get it. It's just like so much. And with Joe Rogan catching COVID, are you fucking kidding me? We're fucked. Fuck. I'm scared as shit now. I don't know what to do. With Joe Rogan catching COVID, you can honestly say that everybody's going to catch COVID. And I said that at the beginning. I figured that we would all catch COVID. There's no way that we won't catch COVID. Nah. I don't see how we won't. And I hate that Friday's episode had to be this way, but this is where it was. Again, if you did listen to the Drake album, honestly, the Drake album was not what I expected it to be. It was solid, though. But it's Drake being Drake, and that's always expected. And when you're great, it's hard to compare greatness to greatness, because we got to compare him to his last effort, and it's always good with him. So shout out to him, his project. Kanye, again, it's Donda week. I don't care about this lover boy shit. Good music. We started the show with some of the music. Definitely check that out. And tomorrow, our radio show, my special guest. And Matter of fact, I'll let y'all. I'll let y'all wait for that one. I'm gonna go play video games with my friends. My name's Kasabian Lavoe. Live in the moment, don't live in the past. Be safe, stay dangerous. Lavoe loves you. Wah. Wait, I gotta.